you can tell it's typical Chelsea when we lose our home to Sunderland 1 week and we go away to Tottenham Hotspur and win away in the London derby, cementing ourselves as the kings of London. It was a very, very good game from Chelsea, I must confess. Caicedo, the standard player so far, he's been the player on everybody's lips. And I think he's doing very well to convince everybody he's certainly the best DM in the world. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I feel like he's the best midfielder in the world. What he offers defensively, offensively is top notch. A lot of people want to attribute his qualities to just how he's able to break up plays defensively, but nobody gives him credit for how well he presses, how well he springs those passes, long passes, short passes, and I just connect from defense to attack. He's a very good offensive player. Has the shot as well in him. Can have a pop. We've seen some incredible goals he has been able to score this season. But props to Maresca. It was a very good tactical setup. I felt like for once we were able to like deal with set pieces, really well. And after the game, we saw that it was actually really a tactical plan, whether it was from Bernardo Cueva or Enzo Maresca, and ensuring that we had three players move out of the box to ensure that the penalty area is not congested, is not crowded, and of course we have one of the best, if not the best, cross claimers in the league in Robert Sanchez. Has even enough space and enough time to come out of his box to command the box, claim crosses, and what that does is, there are two sides of the coin. If you are having a set piece, a long throw, a corner kick, you better ensure that you score from it, because if Sanchez, comes from for those crosses and claims them, he can set off our attackers for counter attacks, and he might leave the opposition vulnerable. So I think that was really a good tactical plan from Enzo Maresca, Bernardo Cueva, or whoever it was from the backroom team. It was really good. I felt like our pressing was spot on. We chased every ball like our lives depended on it. Rhys James was fantastic as well in that midfield role. As well when during the second half when Gusto probably had to come off. Fofana, wide defending, he was really, really good anticipating. I just felt like everybody did their job. Everybody had a good game. It was a good tactical battles from both sides. I felt like Thomas Frank, I was a little bit, heavy on him from the start of the season in terms of, praising his tactical setup and, how he was able to establish this Tottenham team from the get-go. His performances against PSG on the Super Cup, unfortunate for him to lose that, and then going away to City and beating City. I felt like probably maybe it could be their year where they could actually really, like cause a few problems for the top five, top four teams in Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. But they've been below par of recent, and questions have been asked. They've not been garnering the results as much as they would want. But on the other hand, I just felt like quality wise, Chelsea were just on a whole nother level. João Pedro, back to scoring ways, missed a couple of big chances, but you know, got to talk to one away that Caicedo had to sneak from Van der Ven and lay on his path for him to finish. And it takes us right now to 6 points on the table. We're just 8 points off leaders Arsenal and just a couple of points off second, with City at second. So 10 games played, 28 still to go. I feel like there's still a whole lot of um, games. There'll still be a whole lot of twists, especially in the table. And I reckon that come January, come February, we tend to have a good overview of where the league is in terms of our standing, where we are. And if we strengthen January is yet to be unclear. I don't know if we get to sign any defender, but having Fofana back is a boost. Palmer is coming back, and then Lavia is in the team. staying fit. Rich James has been fit. Caicedo, Enzo. A lot of positives. Neto was fantastic. I have to say, his energy, tracking back, running, causing problems for his man was top, was top. And I just give props to Maresca. And we are playing, I think, our home or away to Karabag in the Champions League, and then we can rack another 3 points to be able to just go up the standing. And from there, we play Wolves again in the league, and that should also be, a 3 points, for us. I know they sacked their manager Victor Pereira. They'll be having a new manager bounce if they're able to employ a new manager in time. But I feel like this is a period where we can be able to like rack as many wins as we can to ensure that we climb up the table either in the Champions League or in the Premier League.